It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. In this life, we get nothing save by effort.
I don't pity any man who does hard work worth doing. I admire him. I pity the creature who does not work, at whichever end of the social scale he may regard himself as being.
Whenever you are asked if you can do a job, tell them, certainly I can. Then get busy and find out how to do it.
Here is your country. Cherish these natural wonders, cherish the natural resources, cherish the history and romance as a sacred heritage, for your children and your children's children. Do not let selfish men or greedy interests skin your country of its beauty, its riches, or its romance.
With self-discipline, almost anything is possible.
No man should receive $1, unless that dollar has been fairly earned.
Death is always and under all circumstances a tragedy, for if it is not, then it means that life itself has become one.
Each time we face our fear, we gain strength, courage, and confidence in the doing.
The boy who is going to make a great man must not make up his mind merely to overcome 1,000 obstacles, but to win in spite of 1,000 repulses and defeats.
The unforgivable crime is soft hitting. Do not hit at all if it can be avoided, but never hit softly.
Do what you can, with what you have, where you are.
It is of little use for us to pay lip loyalty to the mighty men of the past, unless we sincerely endeavor to apply to the problems of the present precisely the qualities, which in other crises enabled the men of that day to meet those crises.
People ask the difference between a leader and a boss. The leader leads, and the boss drives.
Let us rather run the risk of wearing out than rusting out.
In a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing to do, the next best thing is the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is nothing.
Character, in the long run, is the decisive factor in the life of an individual and of nations alike.
I care not what others think of what I do, but I care very much about what I think of what I do. That is character.
Don't hit at all if it is honorably possible to avoid hitting, but never hit soft.
To educate a person in the mind but not in morals, is to educate a menace to society.
Freedom from effort in the present merely means that there has been effort stored up in the past.
This country will not be a good place for any of us to live in, if it is not a reasonably good place for all of us to live in.
Believe you can and you're halfway there.
There is only one quality worse than hardness of heart, and that is softness of head.
Never throughout history has a man who lived a life of ease left a name worth remembering.
I am only an average man, but by George, I work harder at it than the average man.
Unless a man is master of his soul, all other kinds of mastery amount to little.
If I must choose between peace and righteousness, I choose righteousness.
Courage is not having the strength to go on, it is going on when you don't have the strength.
No man is above the law, and no man is below it, nor do we ask any man's permission when we ask him to obey it.
We must show, not merely in great crises, but in the everyday affairs of life, the qualities of practical intelligence, of courage, of hardihood and endurance, and above all the power of devotion to a lofty ideal, which made great the men who founded this republic in the days of Washington, which made great the men who preserved this republic in the days of Abraham Lincoln.
The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people.
Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the choice that something else is greater than that fear.
To sit home, read one's favorite paper, and scoff at the misdeeds of the men who do things is easy, but it is markedly ineffective. It is what evil men count upon the good men's doing.
It is not often that a man can make opportunities for himself. But he can put himself in such shape that, when or if the opportunities come, he is ready.
All the resources we need are in the mind.
It is not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by the dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who, at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls, who know neither victory or defeat.
There are many qualities which we need in order to gain success, but the three above all for the lack of which no brilliancy, and no genius can atone are courage, honesty, and common sense.
Old age is like everything else. To make a success of it, you've got to start young.
Big jobs usually go to the men who prove their ability to outgrow small ones.
People don't care how much you know, until they know how much you care.
Don't hit a man at all if you can avoid it, but if you have to hit him, knock him out.
A great democracy has got to be progressive, or it will soon cease to be either great or a democracy.
The joy in life is his who has the heart to demand it.
Courtesy is as much a mark of a gentleman as courage.
Knowing what's right doesn't mean much, unless you do what's right.
If you could kick the person in the pants responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month.
Order without liberty and liberty without order are equally destructive.
Believe you can and you're halfway there.
I wish to preach, not the doctrine of ignoble ease, but the doctrine of the strenuous life, the life of toil and effort, of labor and strife, to preach that highest form of success which comes, not to the man who desires mere easy peace, but to the man who does not shrink from danger, from hardship, or from bitter toil, and who out of these wins the splendid ultimate triumph.
Power invariably means both responsibility and danger.
The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything.
When you play, play hard. When you work, don't play at all.
Speak softly and carry a big stick, you will go far.
When you're at the end of your rope, tie a knot and hold on.
Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure, than to take rank with those poor spirits, who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in the great twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat.
The best executive is the one who has sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants done, and self-restraint enough to keep from meddling with them while they do it.
In life as in a football game, the principle to follow is, hit the line hard, don't foul and don't shirk, but hit the line hard.
In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing.
Keep your eyes on the stars, and your feet on the ground.
I am an American, free-born and free-bred, where I acknowledge no man as my superior, except for his own worth, or as my inferior, except for his own demerit.
A vote is like a rifle, its usefulness depends upon the character of the user.
Far and away the best prize that life has to offer is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
Nothing in this world is worth having or worth doing, unless it means effort, pain, difficulty.
Courage is not having the strength to go on, it is going on when you don't have the strength.
At some time in our lives a devil dwells within us, causes heartbreaks, confusion and troubles, then dies.